China's southern regions have been experiencing a prolonged and intensifying period of heavy rainfall since May 13. This has been driven by a combination of strengthened East Asian summer monsoon moisture transport and repeated interactions between warm, humid air masses from the South China Sea and cooler air systems moving across central China. This atmospheric configuration has resulted in a sustained precipitation belt affecting multiple provinces, including Fujian, Jiangxi, Hunan, Guangdong, Guangxi, and parts of southwestern China.
Oh, 黄美路，起水啦！起水啦！
就是开大车爽啊，大车，还。
Meteorological agencies across these regions have issued successive heavy rain and severe convective weather warnings as the system continues to evolve with intermittent bursts of intense rainfall embedded within a broader persistent rainfall pattern. Meteorological data indicates that the rainfall distribution has been highly uneven, with localized areas experiencing short-duration, extreme precipitation events that significantly exceed daily seasonal averages.
潮州什么破天气啊！每次你看这个雨才刚下10分钟，就积水很深了。然后每一次就是走在哪条路上都在挖各种修路，但是还是依旧一下雨就积水。下班的时候我们又回不去了，回不了家了，就开。
In some locations, rainfall intensity has reached torrential levels within a few hours, contributing to rapid surface runoff, reduced infiltration capacity, and increased pressure on both natural and engineered drainage systems. These conditions have been accompanied by frequent thunderstorms, lightning activity, and episodic strong wind gusts, which have further complicated local emergency response operations.
叫做茶叶坝飞天山啊，大家能挂水，这种漏都很贵，没别的人贵。哎呀，但因为哦，哎呀，我係茶叶坝啊，各位臭哎。
市場礙淹了，礙淹了，礙淹了。
The cumulative effect of sustained precipitation has led to a gradual but significant rise in river levels across multiple basins in southern China. Hydrological monitoring stations report that several small and medium-sized rivers, along with their tributaries, have experienced accelerated inflow rates due to upstream rainfall concentration.
啲箭嘅話，佢快點上好咯，那嘢。 嗱，水站咪爛，水站咪爛，咩嚴重嘛？在水嘛呐？哦，嚴重啦。
In certain catchments, river levels have risen rapidly toward or beyond warning thresholds, prompting heightened vigilance from water conservancy authorities. While no single nationwide flooding pattern is uniform, localized hydrological stress has become increasingly evident, particularly in regions with steep terrain and fast-response river systems. In some affected basins, the combination of saturated soil conditions and continuous rainfall has significantly reduced natural absorption capacity, resulting in increased surface runoff directly feeding into river channels. This has contributed to rapid water level fluctuations, placing pressure on embankments and flood control infrastructure. Authorities have intensified monitoring of critical hydraulic structures, including dams, levees, and flood diversion channels, while adjusting reservoir discharge schedules in accordance with downstream safety considerations and real-time inflow data.
冇啦，台車冇啦，浸晒。冇，大家請你講，注意，唔該，另外情況大家你好唔好？好影響喎，多變數啦，別啲落唔該你喂，唔該。哎呀，注意啊，大家用。
In a number of localized areas, flood control pressure has escalated due to persistent rainfall and rising river levels occurring simultaneously. Emergency inspections have been conducted along vulnerable river sections where seepage, erosion, or potential overflow risks have been identified. Reinforcement operations, including sandbagging, temporary embankment strengthening, and drainage channel clearing, have been deployed in response to evolving risk assessment.
哇！嗱，我知暴屎病嘅。
这我是太大了。
At the community level, several rural and semi-rural areas located near riverbanks and low-lying floodplains have reported localized inundation. In these areas, farmland has been partially submerged due to overflow from adjacent watercourses and accumulation of surface runoff. Some residential zones have experienced water intrusion into ground floors and access roads, leading to temporary isolation in certain villages. Local authorities have organized emergency response teams to carry out evacuation assistance, drainage pumping operations, and the distribution of essential supplies to affected residents.
5月14号，今天淹水，下午淹2次水了。这里新溪村夫妻堂这边开发区。
Urban environments have also faced operational challenges due to intense rainfall episode. Drainage systems in several cities have been placed under significant strain as short-term precipitation volumes exceeded design capacity in some districts. As a result, localized urban flooding has been reported, particularly in underground passages, road underpasses, and low-elevation road networks. Municipal authorities have increased pumping capacity, deployed mobile drainage units, and implemented temporary traffic diversions in flood-prone zones. Emergency response teams have also been stationed at critical points to manage water accumulation and ensure rapid intervention where necessary. Transportation infrastructure has been intermittently affected, with highway sections, rural roads, and selected railway services experiencing delays, speed restrictions, or temporary suspensions. Safety management protocols have been activated to minimize operational risks under adverse weather conditions, particularly in areas where visibility is reduced or where flooding has impacted road surfaces.
這個政府啊，市政講聽這個總共6塊啊，條褲啊和布塊就一定係留意清清。
Aviation and port operations in some regions have also been subject to schedule adjustments in response to wind shear and heavy rainfall conditions. Power supply and telecommunications infrastructure operators have conducted preventive inspections across affected provinces to reduce the likelihood of service interruptions caused by lightning strikes, flooding of substations, or wind-related damage.
名字就風箏，冇俾摸啊！這些。
In several locations, preemptive reinforcement of vulnerable equipment has been carried out, and standby response teams have been deployed to restore services rapidly in the event of disruptions. Authorities emphasize that the current rainfall event should be viewed within the broader context of early summer monsoon activity in East Asia, a period historically associated with episodic but intense precipitation events across southern China. In response, multi-agency coordination mechanisms remain active across affected provinces. Emergency management departments, meteorological agencies, water resources authorities, transportation bureaus, and public security units are jointly engaged in monitoring, response coordination, and risk mitigation efforts. Real-time data sharing systems have been strengthened to improve situational awareness and support rapid decision-making at both provincial and local levels. Officials continue to urge residents to remain alert to changing weather conditions, strictly follow official warnings and evacuation orders where issued, and avoid travel to high-risk areas such as mountainous terrain, river valleys, and flood-prone urban zones.